This video will show how to install JCL and JVCL in the Delphi Community Edition. There are a few tools that can be helpful when installing them. These include Git for Windows, Tortoise Git, Everything, and Notepad++. You can find them all on the internet. First thing we'll do will be to install Delphi. I've already downloaded the installer, so we'll start that off. Select your preferred language. Agree to the license terms. I had previously installed this on this computer, so it already has a license, so we'll just accept that. And we'll let it install the files. I'm going to pause and wait for it to go to the next step. I'm going to install the samples, the help, T-chart standard, and D-unit. And we'll let it go ahead and install. It was installed correctly. Start working, which I think means that Delphi is starting. Delphi has started. There are a few options to select. I'm just going to accept all the defaults. Do next. I'm not going to change anything about this. And now Rad Studio has appeared. But there is a patch available. So let's install that. Click install. Agree. Restart the key. And now it's running the patch. This takes a while. There was a prompt that I had to accept to allow the patch installer to have administrative privileges to do it. It finished installing the patch and closed. So now I'm going to restart Delphi. Okay, so Delphi started normally, and now I'm going to go ahead and install JCL and JVCL. To do that, you could go to Tools, get a package manager, and search for JCL. There it is. You can try to install it that way. It's not actually going to work because Community Edition does not have the command line compiler. So what we're going to do is install it manually. First, we'll close Delphi. I'm going to go to this URL for the JEDI project. There are 3 repositories that we're going to get: JCL, JVCL, and JEDI. Let's do JCL first. Click Code, copy this to the clipboard, go to C drive, and assuming that you have Git for Windows and Tortoise Git installed, there will be an option here to clone, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And it will put it in C:\JCL. Go ahead and do that. Now we're going to go back to here, get JVCL, do the same thing with it, copy, show more options, git clone, we'll put it in C:\JVCL, go ahead, and then finally go to JEDI, code, copy, and clone. Now we have JCL, JEDI, and JVCL all on this computer. What you would do to install JCL would be to go into the install directory, not that directory actually, here, install.bat. You would double click this and it would start installing, but you get this error message because the Community Edition does not support command line compiling. So what you have to do is compile everything manually. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll start Delphi. What that batch file would do would be to compile a couple of programs. So let's go ahead and do that. So File, Open Project, and we're going to go to the JCL directory, JCL, install, and there's 3 different projects here. There's JEDI include check, there's JEDI installer, and reg help to try to compile all of them. Now you'll see that we'll actually have a little bit of a problem with reg helper, and I'll show you how to get around that. But let's do these others 2 first. Open that project, build, and it's done. Okay, file, open project, JEDI installer. Don't need to save anything. We didn't change anything. Project, build, and that did it. And now, when we open the third project, which is Reg Helper, I'm going to find that it doesn't work. Build Reg Helper, there's an error, and it's because, let's see, doesn't find JCL include. So let's deal with that error first. And here's where everything comes in. We'll look for the file jcl.inc, and there's several copies. Wait, what is going on here? File not found, JCL include. Okay, so what we need to do for this project, go to the project options, and Delphi compiler, compiling. Oh, okay, here we go. Search path. We're going to want to add this directory, JCL source include, in search path. So let's do that. Select search path. Click on the three dots here. Let's see. Let's do it for all of our configurations. Search path. Include, select folder, add, okay, save. And now let's try again. So let's save. Project, build Reg Help, and it still failed. So what's the problem now? JCLD Win32 Inc. is not there. Okay, that file will actually be created by the installer. So let's go ahead and run the installer. And I'm going to close Delphi. And now I'm going to go to install. Oh, actually, it's not in install, it's in bin. Run that. Now, this isn't going to completely work, but we're going to run it anyway to create that file. So go install. Yes. Oops. Yes. Yes. You'd have to do that first. Okay. Agree to the license. Install all select features. Yes. And it's doing everything. Okay. Do you want to create the BPL directory? Yes, you do. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. So it did something for 32-bit, but not for 64-bit. We'll deal with that later. So quit. Now go back to this, and we're going to have to select yes a bunch of times. So let's open Reg Helper. Yes, 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 yes. And do project build, and lo and behold, it works. Okay, so now, just to be on the safe side, close this down. I'm going to run the installer again. I don't expect it to do anything different. Again, you have to agree to license terms, install. And it's going to do pretty much the same thing as far as I know. So go ahead. Quit. Now start Delphi again. Yes, 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 yes. Now we get to actually installing the JCL. So we open project and JCL packages, and this is Delphi 12.1. So that's version 29. So we open JCL packages D290 group project. If you have a later version of Delphi, maybe you would use a different group project. But this is what we use here. And again, we go yes, 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 etc. And here are the packages. We select project, build all projects. Okay, completed. Now we have to go for each one of these individually, right click, select install. Install the 32-bit versions. So now we have to change it to 64-bit. Each of these things that are not the experts. So, and now you probably do build all, but I'm going to build each one individually. Build. And there's an error. Now we need to deal with that. So here's the problem. It doesn't find the file JCLD29Win64. Now that's because now if you look at this, here it's using this file for 32-bit and this file for 64-bit, but in fact, those are actually identical files. So what we need to do is just make a copy of that file, put it where it's supposed to be. So let's find that file, first of all, and it's right here. Open that path. We want to make a copy of it. And now go back here. Here's the name. Now rename that file. So now let's try again. Build. Okay. Do the same with these others. So now we've got JCL installed mostly, and we'll go on to install JVCL. Add and close Delphi. Don't need to save anything. Now we'll go to JVCL and get that installed. Again, if we try this, doesn't work. So what we need to do is to go to install directory. There's a program here to install JVCL. I'm going to compile that. File, project. Several things here, so let's do them all. Project, build. Don't think we actually need that one because I'm not going to start the command line installer, but the open project. No. Project, build. That works. Open project. Project, build. Doesn't work. Okay. JCL ver. So let's find that. I think that this version is the one that's used. So that's the directory that I want to open. So project, options, search path. Project, build, still fails. And what it didn't find was JVCL include. Let's see where that is. Okay, so that would be here. Let's just path. Well, copy. Okay, run. I'm just going to paste that in here. So let's see if that works. It should. Project, build. Okay, find that one. See that as well. Project, build. File, project. Let's see, release it. No, nothing in there, so I think we're all done there. Let's close Delphi again. Let's see what happens. New installation. Next. Well, it thinks that JCL is not installed, but we'll deal with that later. Next. Detail not with. So add this to the path. Let's see anything other. Let's see, build packages. Probably don't need that, but yeah, let's register the global design editors. I like verbose. I'm not doing developer build. I don't know what that is. Let's go. And next. Finish. Okay. File. Open project. Oh, packages. This is what we want. Packages. There's two package groups, D29, D29X64. Let's do this one first. Okay. Again, project, build all projects. Success. Now for each of these install packages, we'll do install. There they are. I'm just going to do the same thing for the rest. but I'm not going to show all that because it's repetitive. Okay, so I've installed all the packages. Nothing unusual happened. So now we're going to go to install the 64-bit version. So File, Open Project, select this group project, save changes, no to all, no. Now this doesn't have any install packages. We just build everything. So project, build all projects. And we ran into a problem. So what is it? So let's see. Is JVCL include? So let's first of all find out where JVCL include is. Well, there's a bunch of versions, but Element is where it looks like it should be. So we're going to go to, let's see, where are we now? Where we want it to be is in a subdirectory that's called JEDI. New folder, JEDI. Go there. And here, JEDI include. Copy that into this folder. See if that fixes it. Project, build all projects. Package JCL not found. Well, I'm not quite sure if this will fix it or not, but I know it's something that has to be done. So let's do it. Tools, Options, and we go to Language, Delphi, Library, and if you look here, you can see that there's a bunch of things for JCL here for 32-bit, but for 64-bit, those are missing. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that. So we're just going to copy this, and we'll go here. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I didn't actually copy it. Well, the problem was I had this set to 64 bits still, and I needed to change it back to 32 bits. So let's go there, copy. Here. So the part that is relevant is this part, starting with the JCL. So we'll copy all that, edit, copy. Now we switch to 64-bit, go to the very end. I will paste that there. It starts with a semicolon, part that I've copied. I'll go back there just to emphasize that. Right here, I start with a semicolon that separates one thing from another. So now we go here, and there is just one issue here. That shouldn't be 32, it should be 64. Place. And down here as well. 64. Place. Okay, save. Let's see if that fixes it. Project, build all projects. File, close all, and let's test it out. File, new, Windows VCL project, 32-bit right now. Let's something that's visual. Here, dice. Try that. Project, build project, run. It works. This is debug mode. Let's try release mode. Works too. Now let's try 64-bit. I'll go back to debug, project, build project, and whoops, nope. Okay, so what is it? JCL Unicode, JCL Unicode.res. So let's find that JCL Res, and you can see it's two places. Also something there. I don't know why it's there, but let's go open path. These are arranged by type. There are actually a bunch of resource files, res files there. I'm going to copy all of them. Copy and let's see, go up, copy them here, paste. Then back to debug. Look at the resource files there. Copy them. We'll do copy. 64, debug, paste. There. Let's try again. Project, build. Delphi froze for a bit there, but it did finally run, and it's running in debug mode. And we'll change it to release. Project. That, and that runs too. So I think we're done. And that's how you install both 32-bit and 64-bit JCL and JVCL in Delphi.